I changed all the locks on my house because my girlfriend keeps locking me out of the bedroom at night. It started about 3 months ago. I'd come home from work around 11 because I do late shifts at the warehouse, and the bedroom door would be locked. Just locked. No explanation. I'd knock and she'd yell through the door that she was already asleep and I was being too loud. So I'd end up on the couch with a blanket that's too short and our cat Murphy stepping on my face at 4 in the morning. The first few times I thought maybe she was just having a bad week. We'd been together 2 years and lived together for 8 months, so I figured it was just stress from her job or whatever. But then it kept happening. 3 nights a week, then 4. Then basically every night I worked late. I tried talking to her about it. She'd say she needed her space and that I should be more respectful of her sleep schedule, which would make sense, except she was always on her phone when I got home. I could see the light under the door. And one time I heard her laughing at some video right before she told me she was too tired to unlock the door. The thing that really got me was when I got home early one night. I had to leave work at 8 because the forklift broke down and they sent us home. I got back to the apartment and the bedroom door was wide open. She was just sitting on the bed watching TV. The second she heard my keys, she jumped up and tried to close the door, but I was already in the hallway. I asked her what she was doing and she got mad at me for coming home without texting first. Said I scared her. I pointed out that I live here and shouldn't need to announce myself like I'm some kind of guest. She told me I was being dramatic and that she just liked having private time in the evenings. Then she shut the door in my face anyway. That was when I realized this wasn't about sleep or space. She just didn't want me in the bedroom, period. So I tested it. I came home at different times over the next 2 weeks. Early, late, middle of the night, after picking up extra hours every single time. If she knew I was coming, the door would be locked. If she didn't know, it was open and she was just hanging out doing normal stuff. I asked her one more time to stop locking me out of my own bedroom. She said it was her bedroom too and she could do what she wanted. She said if I didn't like sleeping on the couch, then maybe I should find somewhere else to crash after work, like a friend's place or something. That's when I called the landlord. Told him I needed to change the locks because I lost my keys. He said fine, but I had to pay for it and give him a copy of the new keys. Cost me $140 to get a locksmith out there on a Saturday, but I did it while she was at her sister's place for the day I changed the lock on the front door and the bedroom door. Got the same brand so they'd match and she wouldn't notice right away. Then I programmed the new keys and kept both sets. When she got home that night, I was already in the bedroom with the door locked. She tried her key and it didn't work. She knocked and asked what was going on. I told her through the door that I was already asleep and she was being too loud. She did not think it was funny. She started banging on the door saying this was insane and that I couldn't lock her out of her own room. I reminded her that she'd been doing the exact same thing to me for 3 months and that maybe now she'd understand how annoying it was. She yelled that it wasn't the same because she had a reason and I was just being petty. I asked her what her reason was. She went quiet for a minute and then said she didn't owe me an explanation. So I told her she could sleep on the couch and think about it. She slept in her car that night. I know because I heard her start it up around 1 in the morning, and when I looked out the window she was sitting in the driver's seat with the heat running. The next morning she came back in and said we needed to talk. I unlocked the bedroom door and let her in. She sat on the bed and tried to tell me that what I did was way worse than what she did because I changed the locks without telling her. I asked her if she was serious right now. She said she wanted her key back. I said sure, but only if she agreed to stop locking me out when I came home from work. She said that wasn't fair because she wasn't doing it to be mean. She just needed space sometimes. I told her that space didn't mean locking your boyfriend out of the bedroom every night for months. We went back and forth like this for maybe 20 minutes before she finally admitted that she'd been talking to her ex on video calls at night and didn't want me around for it. She said it wasn't cheating because they were just friends now, and I was being controlling by having a problem with it. I handed her a trash bag and told her she had until the end of the day to get her stuff out.